Okay, welcome back. It's time for the grand finale of our Elicitation deep dive.
We've talked theory, we've unpacked techniques.
Now time to get practical.
Yeah, let's put all this amazing stuff into practice.
Give me the cheat codes. How can I level up my conversations? Like starting today.
Well, one of the most important things is cultivating curiosity.
Curiosity?
Approach conversations wanted to truly understand the other person's perspective.
Not just pushing my own agenda.
Right. It's like putting on those detective goggles we talked about.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Looking for clues, trying to understand how they built their belief system.
And we've talked about asking the right questions.
Yeah, those open-ended questions that really get people thinking.
Okay, give me an example.
Instead of asking, do you believe in universal health care?
Yeah.
Try something like, what are your thoughts on how healthcare is structured?
Much less confrontational.
Right. It invites them to share their views.
And I remember you were really emphasizing nonverbal cues.
Oh, they're so important.
But how do we pay attention to those subtle signals without getting overwhelmed?
It's a balance, active listening, but also observing
Okay.
good eye contact, nodding to show you're engaged, but also noticing their tone, posture, even those fleeting facial expressions.
So if someone says they're totally convinced about something,
Yeah.
but they're fidgeting and avoiding eye contact,
Uh-huh.
that might mean they're not as sure as they're saying?
It could, yeah, and that's where those reflective listening skills come in.
Okay, remind me.
You could say, I hear a lot of conviction in your words, but I'm sensing some hesitation. Could you tell me more about that?
So you're acknowledging what they're saying, but also giving them space to explore those mixed feelings.
Exactly. It creates a safe space for them to dig deeper.
Okay, let's talk about some of the advanced techniques.
Okay.
Visual elicitation, for example.
Visuals can be so powerful, they can bypass those intellectual walls we put up,
Yeah, they can evoke emotions.
memories, new perspective.
Totally.
Like, let's say you're talking to someone about traditional gender roles.
Okay.
Instead of debating, you could show them a photo of a stay-at-home dad taking care of his kids
Interesting.
and just ask, what comes to mind when you see this?
Okay, simple.
Or, how does this relate to your views on gender roles?
You're not telling them what to think. You're just getting them thinking.
Right, exactly.
And remember that study we talked about, how visuals can increase empathy?
Oh, yeah, that was fascinating.
Sometimes seeing is believing, right?
It can have a much deeper impact.
You know those structured reflection breaks we talked about?
Yeah.
I'm wondering how to actually use them in a conversation.
It takes practice, but you can be direct. Say something like, okay, let's take a 5-minute break to jot down some thoughts. We'll come back and share anything new that's come up.
You're literally building in time for reflection.
Exactly.
And those prompts, those are helpful too.
Oh, yeah, things like what resonated with you or what questions are still lingering.
It gives them a framework to process everything.
And in one of the books you sent, the one on collaborative learning, they suggested having people pair up and share their reflections.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It creates a shared experience.
Okay, so we've covered visuals, reflection breaks.
Yeah, we're loading up that toolkit.
What else?
Cognitive interviewing. Remember those techniques?
Vaguely.
They're great for beliefs rooted in personal experiences.
Okay.
It's about helping people access those memories in a really vivid way.
Okay, so instead of just asking what happened,
Right.
you ask things like, what were you feeling?
Exactly. Or what sensory details do you remember?
You're helping them relive it.
And sometimes that can lead to a shift in perspective.
Wow, that's powerful.
And speaking of powerful, don't forget storytelling.
Oh yeah, narrative elicitation.
So important.
Everyone loves a good story.
Instead of asking about their belief in social justice, you could ask them to tell you about a time they saw injustice firsthand.
Ooh, I like that.
It's about connecting with the human experience behind the belief.
Okay, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
let's talk about collaborative elicitation again.
The spectrum approach.
Both people asking questions, exploring each other's beliefs.
Exactly.
It's a two-way street.
It requires vulnerability, being open to being challenged.
We're all learning and growing together.
And sometimes the most powerful insights come when we let go of being right.
Just listen with an open heart.
That's the beauty of elicitation.
It's not about winning, it's about understanding.
It's a way of being, approaching conversations with curiosity and respect.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into elicitation, take these tools, experiment with them, see how they can transform your conversations.
The relationships, your understanding of the world.
Remember, it's not about changing people's minds.
It's about creating space for dialogue, respect, and understanding.
Keep those questions flowing, those minds open, those hearts connected.
Until next time, happy eliciting.
Where can we learn more about this?
Well, there's a fantastic resource I think you'll find helpful. It's a free online course called Navigating Beliefs.
Okay.
And you can find it at navigatingbeliefs.com.
Navigatingbeliefs.com. Got it. I'll definitely be checking that out.